If you've ever stepped outside in North America, chances are you've seen or heard at least a few of these birds. They're everywhere, from backyards to forests, and they've got stories to tell. But here's the thing, even though these birds seem common, many of their populations are changing. Let's meet 12 everyday birds you can see every day and uncover what makes them special. 1. Dark-eyed junco. You might know this little guy as the snowbird, because it often shows up in winter. Dark-eyed juncos are generally medium-sized sparrows with a rounded head, a short, stout bill, often pinkish, and a fairly long, conspicuous tail that has white outer feathers which are especially noticeable in flight. They typically have dark eyes and lack an eye ring. With gray and white feathers, it's like a tiny, hopping shadow on the ground. Scientists think there are between 190 and 260 million of them, but their numbers are dropping. They're losing habitat, and that's a problem. These birds love conifer forests, but as trees disappear, so do they. 2. Red-winged blackbird. The red-winged blackbird, or Agelaeus phoenicius, is a familiar and abundant songbird found across much of North and Central America. Males are easily recognizable with their glossy black plumage and striking red shoulder patches, often bordered with yellow. These epaulets are displayed prominently during song and territorial defense. Females, in contrast, have a more subdued appearance, being dark brownish overall with crisp streaking. Picture a marsh filled with loud, bossy birds flashing red and yellow shoulder patches. That's the red-winged blackbird. There are over 250 million of them, making them one of the most abundant birds here. They're tough, adaptable, and not afraid to chase away bigger birds. But even their feeling the squeeze wetlands are shrinking, and that's where they nest. 3. Yellow-rumped warbler. Or scientifically called Setophaga coronata, is a familiar and widespread warbler in North America, often affectionately nicknamed butterbutt, due to its prominent yellow rump patch, a key identification mark visible throughout the year. This bird's name says it all, a bright yellow patch on its rear makes it easy to spot. Yellow-rumped warblers are fairly large, full-bodied warblers with a sturdy bill and a long, narrow tail. They have a characteristic yellow patch on their rump, and often show yellow patches on their sides and sometimes on the crown. They also have white spots in their tail. Unlike most warblers, it can handle cold weather, eating berries when insects are scarce. They're doing okay for now, but like many birds, they rely on healthy forests. If those disappear, their future gets shaky. 4. Mourning dove. The mourning dove, or Zenata macrora, is a slender, medium-sized dove with a long, pointed tail. It's known for its soft, drawn-out, coo-woo-woo-woo call, which often sounds mournful, hence its name. You've probably heard their soft, sad cooing in the morning. Mourning doves are everywhere, with around 350 million in North America. They're fast flyers, hitting up to 55 miles per hour. Hunters take about 20 million each year, but they bounce back because they're breeding machines. A pair can raise up to 6 broods in a single year. 5. American robin. The American robin, or Turdus migratorius, is a familiar and widespread songbird across North America. Despite its name, it is not closely related to the European robin. It's known for its reddish-orange breast, which is a key identification feature. The robin's rusty red belly is a classic sight. They're hard to count because they're so widespread, but Massachusetts alone has around 770,000. They love lawns, hopping around to pull up worms. But even robins aren't safe. Habitat loss and pesticides are cutting into their numbers. Adult American robin's birds are fairly large songbirds with a round body, long legs, and a fairly long tail. They have a gray-brown back and a yellow bill that may have a dark tip. The head color in males ranges from black to gray, often contrasting with the back, and they typically have white around their eyes and on their throat. Females tend to be duller in color, with a paler head. Juvenile robins have spotted breasts and a mottled back. In flight, they may show small white tips on the corners of their dark tail. 6. Northern cardinal. The northern cardinal or Cardinalis cardinalis is a well-loved and easily recognizable songbird. Found throughout eastern and central North America, south through Mexico and Central America. It has also been introduced to Bermuda and Hawaii. This non-migratory bird brings a splash of vibrant color, especially during the winter months. That bright red bird at your feeder? That's a male cardinal. Females are tan with red accents. There are about 130 million cardinals, and their numbers are slowly growing. They've adapted well to suburbs, nesting in shrubs and singing their hearts out. Fun fact: female cardinals sing, which is rare for songbirds. 7. Blue jay. Blue jays are loud, bold, and impossible to miss. They're clever, too. They mimic hawk calls to scare other birds away from food. But their numbers are dipping slightly, maybe because forests are changing. They're still common, though, especially in the eastern U.S. 8. American crow. Crows are the geniuses of the bird world. They use tools, recognize human faces, and even hold grudges. You'll find them in almost every habitat, from cities to farms. Their populations are stable for now, but they're vulnerable to diseases like West Nile virus. The American crow, Corvus brachyrenchos, is a large, intelligent, all-black bird that is a familiar sight across much of North America. It belongs to the family Corvidae, which also includes ravens, jays, and magpies. American crows are large birds, typically measuring 40-53 centimeters, 16-21 inches, in length with a wingspan of 85,100 centimeters, 33-39 inches. They have a sturdy build, long legs, a thick neck, and a heavy, straight black bill. In flight, their wings are broad and rounded, with the wingtip feathers spread out like fingers. Their tail is relatively short and either rounded or squared off at the end. Adults are entirely black, including their legs and bill, often with a slight iridescent sheen to their plumage, especially when the feathers are new. Older feathers can appear brownish or scaly. Distinguishing features: they can be differentiated from common ravens by their smaller size and less pronounced bill. Unlike fish crows, they don't hunch and fluff their throat feathers when calling. 9. Northern mockingbird. This bird is a copycat. It mimics car alarms, other birds, and even cell phone rings. Mockingbirds are common in the south and east, defending their territory fiercely. They're doing okay, but urban sprawl could threaten their favorite scrubby habitats. 10. European starling. Okay, they're not native. Someone released 100 starlings in New York in the 1890s. Now there are over 200 million. They're invasive, crowding out native birds, but you've got to admit they're impressive. Their winter flocks form swirling clouds called murmurations. 11. House finch. These small, chirpy birds were originally from the West. People brought them east in the 1940s, and now they're everywhere. They love bird feeders, especially sunflower seeds. Their populations swing up and down because of eye diseases spread at feeders, but they're still common. 12. Barn swallow. These speedy birds zip around barns, catching insects mid-air. They're in trouble, though their numbers have dropped by nearly 30% since the 1970s. Farms are using fewer wooden barns, so swallows have fewer places to nest. The big picture. Here's the kicker. North America has lost over 1 in 4 birds since 1970. That's nearly 3 billion birds gone. Even common species like juncos and blackbirds are part of this decline. Grasslands, forests, and wetlands are disappearing, and pesticides are making insects scarcer. But there's hope. Conservation works. When we protect habitats, birds bounce back. What you can do: keep your cat indoors. Cats kill billions of birds yearly. Plant native flowers and shrubs to give birds food and shelter. Avoid pesticides, and put up a bird feeder. Small steps add up. So next time you see a robin on your lawn or a cardinal at your feeder, remember these everyday birds are part of a bigger story. Do not forget to click the like button and subscribe. On the screen, you see an essential video for you. Thanks very much for watching this video. See you in the next video. And we get to help write the next chapter.